Hello, my name is Sue Ann Brightson, and I'm a solutions consultant with Beyond 20. We had a customer of ours ask us recently, how do I set it up so that when somebody emails our service desk, I can automatically create a ticket? So I thought I'd do a quick video on that for you today. So let's get started with our email and event monitoring manager. And within the monitoring manager, we have our demo monitoring, which we will edit. And in here you can see this is the default out-of-the-box monitor, and in there we have our settings for our incoming email, and then for our identify customer, this will be looking for customer internal and looking at their email. Something important to note when you're getting an email from somebody who may not be a customer, you may need to have it set for a default customer. In this case, there is an out-of-the-box default customer setup in Cherwell, and that is what I am using here today. Then we'll step to our monitors. Notice that we have different types of monitors here: reopen incident, change approved, and so forth. Out of the box by default, we have a default monitor, and if we edit this, we'll take a look at it. And in the general portion of this, it is going to be looking at the business object of incident, and we're not going to try to attempt to find any existing records at this point. And we will, under actions, create a new incident. Note the availability of attaching email to incidents, importing the attachments as part of the email, attach email attachments to incident, and preserve the inline images within the email body. I'm not going to, at this point, attach email to a customer record because we may be having emails come in that don't have an associated customer record. So the important thing that we're going to look at here is creating our new incident, and we'll take a look here. This is out of the box, and we're going to edit this real quick just to have a couple of different options available. So in our fields list, we can see here that if we select our only show fields that are populated, that our call source is email. We also have a category, a service, a subcategory, and the combination of those three is a smart classify search string. And of course a description. It's showing us who the mail message is from, when it was sent, the date and time, and then it combines the subject and body into the ticket itself for the description. Oh, and we have a priority. So something some people might say is, well, what if I don't know the category, subcategory, and the service? Well, that's another tip that I'm going to show you, and we'll actually go ahead and set these to don't set value on those three fields, and actually on those four fields because we don't need the smart classify either. And something I like to do instead of just setting the priority with the value is I also like to set the urgency. So let's go down and take a look for our urgency. And we'll take a look here, and let's just say that this is a service request and it has an urgency of low, or excuse me, standard. And we'll make that whenever possible, and notice that our priority here is 3. And one more thing I like to set is the impact. And I'll show you later in this video why I set both of these. So the same here, we will say whenever possible, and it's standard, and a priority of 3. Okay, so that will take us down to just these few fields that we're going to be populating for our incident. And as I mentioned earlier, that there are required fields for each incident, but there is a way that you can make those fields so that they aren't required if if you are coming from a particular source. So let's go ahead and create a new blueprint and take a look at our fields in the incident business object. And I'll just sort those in order here. And category is one that we said, well, we're not going to set that because we don't really know what that is. So in order to be able to save that incident, we do need to put in a expression for under the required for save field. And what that expression will be is we will say if the call source is not equal to, and we'll say email, then this is required. So if it's not equal to email, then this field is required. And we'll do the same thing quickly for our service. Again, going to our required for save, creating an expression, and saying if the call source is not equal to email, then this will be a required field. And our smart classify. So for all four of these fields, I'm setting the same thing. And again, this just says, this is just setting so that it's not required for these four fields. They're typically required for every incident. However, if we're getting that email in and we don't know what to classify it, then we just want to make sure that that record gets saved without having to fill that in. All right. So now that we have that set, and we save our blueprint and publish it, now our blueprint is published, so we'll go ahead and close this, go back to our desktop client. We'll reload our definitions, which is something that you want to do after you publish a blueprint. And then we will do a test email. And search our incidents. And when we refresh our incident list here, we can go in and see that we have a new incident that was created. It has the mail message. It shows who it came from, when it was sent. This is the subject of the message, the body of the email, and you can see that our priority, impact, and urgency were set, but our required fields for service classification was not set because we went into business object and changed those fields so that they're only required when the call source is not email. I hope you found this video useful. Thank you for watching, and if you'd like to contact us, feel free to visit our website at beyond20.com.